Greetings! Welcome to another video in my tutorial series. Welcome to another video in my tutorial series. As part of rushing, I'm making a standalone topic video here for rocket jumping. Just keep in mind, I'm rusty while I'm doing these jumps, so they aren't as perfect as I'd like them to be. But yeah, I'll cover it to the basic level and then more in depth after. So if you're over 1.5k, I would advise skipping to the advanced cover. So, rocket jumping. Rocket jumping is a movement technique that saves you from making bridges and gives you a boost when you use it wisely. This boost lets you get to your opponent faster with no evidence for them to see you approaching. This is a huge advantage, especially against lower rating players. I've used it tons, and the more you use it, the better you get at it. So, to execute a jump, you find where you want to cross, walk forward and jump. As you jump off the edge, at the very peak of your jump, you want the explosion to take place where you were on the ground, roughly speaking. This causes the explosion knockback to launch you high enough in the air to make 7 block jumps. That's pretty much it for the basic cover. And now for the more in-depth cover. The closer you are to the explosion, you have a trade-off. More knockback, but more damage taken. But that just means that if you get far enough away, you can avoid the loss of health, as the knockback has a larger AoE, area of effect, than the health loss. This golden zone for a boost with little or no health loss is ideal to do consecutive jumps. The issue is though, is that this golden zone is crossed in just 20 milliseconds of the walk forward and jump. Rockets are in global, and the collision and launch times are tied to your ping. So if you have 50 milliseconds ping, and you fire the rocket behind you, there'll be a 15 milliseconds delay before firing the rocket launcher, and then there will be the rocket's travel time. Then another 50 milliseconds as it collides. As such, you're looking somewhere in the 300 milliseconds range for firing one, and that's almost a third of a second. 1/3 where you have 20 milliseconds moment you have to time that to. As such, it's pretty much impossible to hit this zone flawlessly, but it is possible to get insanely good at it. And that's what separates a high rating player from a low rating player. Now back to the radius diagram. We can see that the zone isn't just at one angle, but all angles. This means that you can go straight up or sideways without actually taking any damage. At least in theory. In practice, there is a maximum point in your jump, a maximum height, that you can't actually get into the golden zone at the top of that explosion. So, jump height limits where you can go in this circle. And this is why vertical jumping isn't used all the time. Personally, I use it to save time getting up from the ocean, or I use it to get on top of spires to jump an opponent. It usually wastes about 20 to 40 health, which is huge in combat. Use it sparingly. On another note, if we're looking at how the explosion can knock us away from the center, we can get next to no vertical velocity and get maximum horizontal boost. This means that we will only really be using it across land or to jump into the underground to avoid enemies shooting mid-jump. This maximum boost method is quite rare, but really handy if you want to get up close and personal to someone rushing you. It usually catches them off guard and lets you jump them with an SMG, giving you a clear advantage in the fight. And that's all really. Enjoy some footage of me using it so you can get some example gameplay. Have a good one.